I'm in Israel right now, and I've heard Israeli officials repeatedly say Hamas is ISIS. And occasionally, when you can get them to kind of slow down and just describe what they really mean by that, they're talking about that. They're talking about the fact that both of them are extremely violent, and they do their violence on camera. Now, look, getting into differences. So
let me just go back, stay on that for a second, which is that what Hamas did to civilians when they came over, the kind of absolutely grotesque brutality, torture, or murder that they engaged in, it was that kind of reminded us of ISIS in a way, the savagery of it. Now, you actually have sat in that room and looked at some of the things that the rest of us have not seen. How foul is this? Is this ISIS level savagery, or was it just opportunism? Was it spontaneous? How do we make sense of the beheading or the murdering of infants, babies, the grabbing babies out of women's wombs, the decapitations? Well, you tell me what you saw.
Yeah, so I didn't see babies ripped out of women's wombs. What I did see was quite bad enough. I mean, there are certain things when you see them, you just have to sit in silence with yourself for a little while. And this is in that category where you can be told that there's a child's bed that is smeared with blood. There's only one way it got that way. It's because a child was shot dead in his bed. But to actually see it is a very unsettling experience. And it's unsettling even to someone like me who spent years when ISIS was in business watching everything that they came out with, every video that they had. And their videos were ghastly too. They were a bit different, I should add. During ISIS's heyday, ISIS would sometimes have videos from the battlefield where they showed raids on an enemy position and they acted without mercy. Those videos tended not to be sadistic. I'm going to pay a strange compliment to ISIS here. What they wanted to do is kill some people. They wanted to kill people they considered who were Shia, who they considered enemies for one reason or another. With Hamas, those videos, you start seeing something different. There was clearly some kind of revelry in the bloodshed, where the practical purpose of the violence had very much run out. Like if your intention was to take some territory and to scare people, I think they had pretty much done that, and they didn't have to do what they did, but you absolutely saw them really being horribly creative in the ways that they could disrupt the lives of the people they were killing.
What I think the thing that most disturbed me was one of the videos that one of the Hamas people had taken using, I think, the phone of one of the victims, and how he communicated to his parents that, look, Mom, Dad, I've killed 10 Jews with my own hands. I am a hero. There was this feeling of absolute ecstasy at condemning, at tearing human beings apart. There was a sense in which they didn't regard these Jewish people as human beings at all.
Yeah, he must have been a kid. His name is Mahmoud, I believe, on that call. And it was actually, to me, as troubling as any of the scenes, the visual scenes of carnage. So you hear him talking, and yes, he says, I've got some Jewish woman's phone, and he calls his parents, and he says, I left my phone back in Gaza, but I sent to my WhatsApp images of what I've done. I am a hero. Your son is a hero. I've killed 10 Jews with my own hands. And he's so amped up and so excited about this that he can't really even communicate with his parents. And he can't tell what I could tell from listening to their reaction, which was that they were freaked out. I have no idea what their political views were. I have no idea what they thought about this raid in general. But at that particular moment, all they're saying is, what are you talking about? You need to get home. Please come home. Please come home. And, they say various things that, it's when you hear it, you kind of want them to say, that's horrible. Why did you do that? You want them to say, turn yourself in or throw down your weapons, don't die. And you don't hear any of that because they are shocked, because they're hearing from their son. And I think wondering, first of all, are they going to see him again? Is he ever going to come back from Israel? And then I think maybe it's just the optimistic human in me that they are also kind of noticing that the straightforward interpretation of what he has said is that he is now a mass murderer, that he has done something that is irrevocable to his own soul, let alone to the 10 people he's destroyed.